There's a war going on, the books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Wednesday, April 9th. We've got a full slate of daytime action in Major League Baseball. We've got NBA and NHL as well. A couple matchups from the Champions League as we continue the first leg quarterfinals today with some standout matchups. Thank you for joining me here on the show. We got a manageable card here today with all that daytime baseball action today. Big card in the NBA. We'll kick a few games to the curb though. As we start to eliminate everybody and get close to the playoffs. We'll talk NHL hockey as well. So how'd you guys do yesterday with the sports betting card? What were your headlines from the day on Tuesday? I want to say hello to everyone joining me here in the chat today. Nuke was here first. Congratulations to Nuke on his NCAA tournament bracket victory. Thomas Lewis is here. Like this video, subscribe to our channel Sports Money here on YouTube, the fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. And let's see here. Jerry was here. He talked about the game with Florida, right? The writing was on the wall there with Florida. He says we talked about the move, got the win yesterday, and that's it so far. So we'll talk about some of the action, I think, from yesterday. Let a few more folks stroll in here and see what kind of action we can get together on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday with our action from Tuesday. We talked about Denver firing their coach. The Denver, for last I checked, Denver was pretty good last year, right? But they fired their coach on Tuesday, Mike Malone. I guess they weren't getting along with the GM, so they're both out. Well, I guess, or the GM gets to stay and he's out at the end of the, I don't know. Seems like a bad situation in Denver. Obviously, it's not the players that have to worry about it. They still have a good record. Are they supposed to be much better than this? So I don't know. Obviously, something was going on there behind the scenes. But, man, NBA coaches don't last very long anymore, do they? In the NBA yesterday, we did have some winners here yesterday, including the Memphis Grizzlies. We had them as our pick here on the show. We also had Washington and Indiana game to go under here on the show yesterday. We had the Milwaukee Bucks in one of the biggest comebacks in NBA history. Biggest fourth quarter comebacks anyway. That big comeback by Milwaukee over Minnesota there yesterday. Strange doings, but still, nonetheless, they came back from, 24 points? Something like that. OKC, we did have OKC over the Lakers. The score was not indicative of how close the game was, but OKC blew them out in the end. We had Golden State, of course, to win and cover against the struggling Phoenix Suns as they're on their way out the door, but couldn't come up with a premium pick. Not good, not great premium picks yesterday in basketball and hockey. Baseball was okay, but the premiums weren't that good. Good thing the show picks were okay. Let's take about some steam here real quick coming in to get our day started. We're not going to preview this game, but steam is coming in on the game between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Washington Wizards. Steam to the under here. It was 227.5. we're down to 226 or so here with Philadelphia and Washington today. Actually, the show picks in hockey were really good, man. We had Buffalo yesterday. Took them on the puck line, but they didn't need it. They won 3-0 over Carolina. We had the Florida Panthers here for sure yesterday. We said that move, when you see a move like that this time of year, you better get on it, even though it wasn't much value. We took Florida for sure there. We also had the Montreal Canadiens over the Detroit Red Wings yesterday. We had the over in that game between Boston and New Jersey, but Boston smacked New Jersey around there yesterday. We also had Vancouver on the puck line over Dallas. We also took Utah on the puck line to crush Seattle, and we had the under with VGK and Colorado yesterday in hockey. In Major League Baseball yesterday, we got off to a pretty weak start here with our card in the day games. No, we weren't doing anything with our show picks. Rough day, really, on the show for the picks. We did have the over with St. Louis and Pittsburgh, as it was not Paul Skeens' day yesterday. But we also had Kansas City over Minnesota as a winner here on the show. We also had the Rangers and the Cubs game to go over. Did have a premium pick winner on the Cubs. We found a premium pick winner somewhere there yesterday. We also had a premium pick winner with the Milwaukee Brewers over Colorado. We also had the under on the show here yesterday. We also had the under in Houston, Seattle. Why not? These two teams can't help but go under every game right now, it feels like. And also a couple of winners here on the show. We had the Cincinnati Reds over San Francisco last night with Lodolo. All right, and that's going to take a look at the recap there. Let's get started with the show, see who else has joined us, see if we got a few more people here, see if we can start the show. Here on a Wednesday, we're Masters Week. Don't forget, hey, check out our Masters coverage here. We've got videos from the sports betting brothers here today with Masters coverage. So check out the brothers with their Masters preview here. Today's par 3 day, of course, and we'll get the tournament underway tomorrow. We'll be watching the Masters right here on during the show tomorrow. So that should be awesome. But in the meantime, check out the Sports Betting Brothers with their Masters preview here. Masters Best Bets. So check it out under the videos tab here on the Sports Money Network. And also yesterday, underneath the live tab, we had VB MMA picks. And joining us this week was everybody's favorite, Clint McLean from the Die Hard MMA podcast. He joined VB and I for the preview of UFC 314, Volkanovski versus Lopez, this Saturday night from Miami for the vacant featherweight title. We know Ilya Topuria moves up a weight class, vacates the title. We know why there, but we'll see if Volkanovski can be Volkanovski. Probably can, but we'll see. Diego Lopez has been fighting quite a bit to try to earn this spot. Won 5 in a row, so it should be a good main event on Saturday night. And also another big matchup too with Chandler and Pimblett there on Saturday night. VB MMA Picks is brought to you by SXBet, the world's largest blockchain betting exchange. Check it out underneath the live tab. And we'll also have First Strike tonight from the guys. They'll do their UFC preview for this weekend. So we've got a lot of programming here on the show, on the channel this week. All right, who else is here? We've got Robert McCormick joining us today. And NYC Bar, good morning and thank you. And Nuke says, what about those comebacks in hockey last night? We saw some teams coming down, scoring 3 goals in a minute there yesterday with some of it. With some of those, we saw that incredible game. We saw the Islanders in Nashville had a wild game as well. And who else is here? There it is, 3 goals in last minute and 1 in overtime. Jimmy says Sabres are officially eliminated. All these teams were down to it finally here, getting rid of the Riff Draft. Whatever that means here as we get close to the postseason, just a week or so, week plus. Spoons is here as well. Jim likes Colin Morikawa here. Nuke is going to roll with Rory here. I'll have my picks. They'll be over at winnable.com. Probably for the Masters, going to put them behind the paywall. So hopefully you'll join me. We got the free picks from the guys. After all, they didn't need my input. They've got a great video of plays for you today. So, yeah, if you want my picks, you can subscribe to my plays over at winnable.com, and I'll have my Masters plays up here this weekend. You can check them out. I'm going to have the Masters behind the paywall this week. Yeah, you get some free picks from the guys here, but if you want my best bets for the Masters, subscribe over at winnable.com/Ramon. This is how you can follow me every day. I always spend a couple of hours with you here trying to give some good free picks, but can't spend all day with you. And I got more picks than just a one per game here sometimes. I have my best picks over at winnable.com. I actually go over my best picks. I have them marked off. And then, hey, you get the second best pick here on the show. Not always. If it's not a premium, I give it out here on the show. We always want to give you a pick. You've taken the time to spend with me here. The least I can do is offer my opinion on these sporting events, for better or worse. So for just 56 cents a day, when you use the promo code STEAM, you can get more plays from me over at winnable.com. I send out usually 2 or 3 updates a day, a couple of them behind the paywall, usually one behind for the free subscribers. I had some tennis here this morning. We've already scored this morning with Martinez in tennis. We had Pedro Martinez plus 3.5 games over Nuno Borges, and he was able to get it done there. We just missed with Gasquet by a half a game here, and we're trying to get home with Rublev here. We'd actually need another game here. The best we could do is push with Rublev. I'm watching that matchup right now with Gael Monfils, and they're in the tiebreak here. And we've got other matches coming up here in just a little bit, including Novak Djokovic is going up against Alejandro Tabio coming up. He's a big favorite here. We've got other matches still to come at the Monte Carlo Masters ATP event on the clay here. So good tennis action this week. All right. Appreciate you joining me here. Let's go back to our comments here, our screen. There we go. Oh, thank you. And see if we can get a few more comments here from the gang. Robert says it'll be a big match for Villa today against PSG. Can they hang in there against PSG? Both matches are kind of big favorites here, with Barcelona favored by 1.5 goals. A little bit of juice on the Barcelona side, I think, actually, in that one. And also for Aston Villa, they're an underdog to PSG here also by 1.5 goals today. You got to take a little bit of juice to take that 1.5 goals with Aston Villa. Both games really about 3.5. I guess Villa and PSG, 3 over 25 is the total. And Dortmund and Barcelona, 3.5 over 15 is the current total there. And Bert, nice to see you there. He's like, how did the Timberwolves lose that one? How did the Dodgers get crushed yesterday by the Nationals there? And Spoons, oh, come on, Spoons, take it easy on him there. But yeah, no, we don't expect the Dodgers to lose. Come on. And also here, Justin's here, Pedro Martinez. Hey, you know what? Good morning to Luis there yesterday. And Jim says, how about Arsenal and those 3 goals yesterday? Really looking good. Could Arsenal do something here in the Champions League? All right, that's it from you guys in the comments. There's my, let's get this back up here and get ready to roll with our comments here today. And let's see here. Fernando says they better be ready today. That's our Friday fixtures. It's all about the UEFA Champions League today. Yeah, we have action tonight in the CONCACAF Champions League, including Miami today and Los Angeles FC, also Vancouver, taking on Pumas tonight in a matchup there. But those are it's all about the Champions League here on Friday, Wednesday, whatever day it is. Champions League, it's on Friday, of course, here. So, all right, let's get rolling here, though. We can manage this show here, especially with our manageable schedule in the NBA and NHL. Like I said, two or three NBA games I'm passing on here. If you're not in the playoffs, it's harder to figure out. That's all there is to it. We still could have a premium, but we're not going to waste your time. Okay, let's get to the matchups today, shall we? In Major League Baseball, we'll lead off with baseball until the playoffs roll around. That's what we're going to do. And we'll just be, we'll be in playoff form as here very, very soon. All right, let me get to the action here a little bit. Thank you for joining me on the Morning Steam Show, Major League Baseball. Here we go. We'll start off with the day games here for sure. You got the Cardinals taking on the Pirates with Eric Fetty on the mound here up in this one for the Cards on the road at Pittsburgh. Mitch Keller here, and the Cardinals are a slight favorite here. They're 5-6 so far. The widely reported steam did come in on the under in this game. Fetty has some pretty decent numbers against this anticipated Pittsburgh lineup here today, but St. Louis, they've kind of hit Keller a little bit in the past for sure. However, St. Louis has lost 4 of their last 5 games coming in. They beat Pittsburgh in 4 of the last 6 meetings between the two. Pittsburgh's gone over in 5 straight games. St. Louis has gone over here in a few games on the road thus far. So far, 4-0-1 to the over on the road. Pittsburgh, 5 straight at home, I think, here right now. Both teams going over big time, but, I don't know so much today, but we should be able to get these pitchers to handle these guys a little bit. But, man, these two teams are producing overs here so far. We'll go to the chat here a little bit, but Cardinals are 9-1-1 to the over thus far. Pittsburgh is 7-5 to the over. Let's go to you guys here. Fetty's got an ERA of 7. Keller's got an ERA of 7.5. Feel like maybe, just maybe, these guys might get it under control a little bit today, but that's a lot of overs. And these guys aren't striking out very many batters right now. I do know that for sure. Okay, let's see what you guys have in this one. 7 of the last 10 meetings between these two have gone under. We know Pittsburgh, like I said, struggling here right now, just losing 7 of their last 10. Here we go with comments from you. The chat all-stars here. We got Donovan here for Jermaine, a little prop action today. And let's see here. Thomas is on the Cardinals in this one. Justin's got some prop action as well. We're just 3 hours away from the first pitch in this one today with our daytime action. Harris, Philly Eagle Flyer joining us. Jermaine says Pittsburgh. As soon as he bets them, they lose, I think is what he's saying there. Because it was Skeens there yesterday, not Paul Skeens' day, right? Teresa's got a prop. Philly Eagle Flyer likes the over here. We've seen plenty of overs here. Teresa's saying we've got I think she's talking about Fetty there, but I was thinking also about Spencer Arrighetti of Houston hitting the disabled list with that broken thumb. We might have mentioned it yesterday. And Jermaine says Donovan having some, he's smashing right-handed batters here. And Jerry said, yeah, we just missed that, right, Jerry? We just missed the 3-teamer in baseball by 1 run there. And I know I said, and Jerry knows, hopefully he went 2-1 and had a parlay, also did the parlay. But even though I say we'll parlay it up, Jerry's an experienced bettor. I think he probably made a profit from those 3 games there yesterday. Let's see here. Although they were favorites, so maybe not. But all right. Fernando talking about the big game today. We're just getting going here, bottom of the hour. Hey, things are looking up so far, but that won't last long. Here's Jerry on the cards in the under. Look, the NYC bar on the under as well here. Philly Eagle Flyers losing faith in his favorite new bet this season, but all right, I guess that's it for you guys in this one. And I'll make the call here with the Cardinals and the Bucks here. I think Jermaine might always talking to Philly Eagle Flyer there. All right. And for me, I'm going to take the Cards here in this one with Fetty and Keller. Give me the Cardinals on the road to beat Pittsburgh. Look, Pittsburgh's got to show more. We know that. That's pretty bad, right now for me. But look, you're at home. You got Keller. Now, granted, St. Louis is mashing right now, so it's their pitching that has been bad. We know that. But I'm going to go here with St. Louis today in this one. Yeah, we got that push there on Rublev. And all right. Let's see here. Next up, we've got the Miami Marlins taking on the New York Mets. You got Max Meyer here in this one going up against Tyler McGill here. Good pitching so far by these two guys so far this season. Good pitching in general, right? It feels like with the Marlins and the Mets, especially the Mets. Mets are allowing just 2.5 runs per game so far. Marlins average just 3 runs a game. The Mets are hot right now. Mets are all of a sudden 8-3 after some early what are we doing here? McGill's 2-0 with a .87 ERA and a 143 batting average against 192 the BABIP. They've won both of his 2-0. They went under in both of his starts so far this season. For Meyer here, 309 the ERA, 1.3 whip, 271 batting average against. Modest numbers for Meyer here. He is 0-1 coming into this one. Miami here, they're struggling a little bit. They've lost 2 in a row for their last 5. Right now, they're just 1-3 on the road so far. Mets are 7-1 as a favorite, 5-0 at home, straight up so far this season. Let's go to the chat, see what you guys have here in this one between the Miami Marlins and New York Mets. Marlins have lost 6 of their last 7 games here against the Mets. And, at least we had one
final.
One pick there yesterday. What did we have in that? Oh, it was Team Consensus. This is where we went haywire yesterday. We took the under Team Consensus there yesterday. That cost us our parlay there a little bit. Let's go to the chat here in this one with Miami. Taking on the Mets here. Mets on a roll. And let's see what you guys have here. All right, it's going to be New York Mets, says Thomas. Jermaine might go under. Justin has a little prop. Thank you for being here, Justin, today. And look here, you got Alonso already hit Max Meyer. When we saw Soto just stroking base hits there last night, wasn't he? Fernando is on the Marlins, though. And Robert's going under here. And so is NYC. Oh, no, he's going with New York on the money line here in this one. And, I kind of feel like it will be New York as well. And I'll take them on the run line here. Give me the Mets minus a 1.5. I tried Miami last night. That wasn't the right pick. Luis is on the under. I'm going to come back with McGill, who's looking good so far for sure. Tyler McGill. so far this season. Good numbers. And I don't know, probably should be able to maybe shut these guys down a little bit. And they see the total there was 7 over 20 now. Is that what I had there? Oh, I had 7 under. Well, it's definitely moved higher here. And a few, yeah, it's moved over to over for sure. It feels like there in that one. All right, let's just move on though. We made our pick there. How about the Yankees taking on the Tigers here today with Max Fried on the mound here for the 6-5 Yankees going up against the 7-4 Tigers with Flaherty. The Tigers are one of the hottest teams in the league right now with their current winning streak here. Break up the Tigers all of a sudden with a 5-game winning streak. They've won 6 of 7 at, or let's see, what is their home record so far? 5-0 at home so far this season. 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under. 6 straight meetings between the two teams have gone under when they've played here in Detroit. But, oh man, I don't know, with Max Fried out there today, do you think that Fried is so far? You know, you look at the numbers here a little bit with Fried, and look, he's got an ERA right now of 2.61, but a 1.5 WHIP, a 277 batting average against, but no problem for Fried so far. He's been okay, good numbers for sure, but Flaherty a 2.38 ERA. Ironically, both these pitchers have gone over in both of their starts so far this season. The Yankees, of course, are down to averaging just 7 runs per game. Tigers are averaging 5 runs per game, and the Yankees are allowing 5 runs per game here. So what's going to happen in this one with the Yankees take on Detroit here today in Detroit? You guys have been talking about the weather conditions pretty much all week here so far with what we've seen in some of these cities in the north and northeast. So what do you know here today in this matchup in Detroit with the temperatures warming up here, 43, 44, 45 degrees or so, wind 8 to 9 miles per hour here. So, all right, let's hear what you have to say when the Yankees take on the Tigers here in this one. Going to the chat here right now. And we've got, Jerry was on the Marlins there in that other one. Spoon said he had Miami there. He doesn't like Meyer, but he might like Oscar Meyer. And Thomas is on the Yankees here. Justin says Yankees first 5. Here's Yankees and the over for NYC Bar. I'm probably going over here myself. Justin says Tankies, Yankees team total over. Luis is on the Yanks. Yankees burning money on the road. Jerry says, I think here. And Tigers are able to cool these. Yeah, not enough, though, for, it's Yankees for the consensus. Oh, good luck to you guys here today, taking the Yankees. Hey, I get it. Look, you get a great price with these Yankees today. If you're a Yankees backer, getting them at $1.50 or so. Here's Teresa, likes the Yankees a little bit. And here's Patrick, the sports betting groovy alien. He's going to go to the Golden Knights game. Spoon says the Tigers did struggle against lefties, but they do have a couple guys I think have knocked around Fried a little bit, right? Let me see. I thought I had the head-to-heads here a little bit. Oh. Let's see here. Abel's here. Oh, man. Oh, do my calisthenics here. All right, West Up Parlay for Abel. I like the West Up Parlay. What a great feature. Remember, I always said, I wish I had my own nickname for one of my bets, but I never came up with anything. I never got a nickname for any of my bets. Here's Textiles, Steam Team with $1 and a Dream. Is that the lyrics? All right, I guess that's going to do it in this one. I'm going to take the over. You guys are taking the Yankees. I'm taking the over. I'm sure the Yankees can. I don't know. All right. Let me just move on before I say the wrong thing and be on the wrong side. The Cubs are taking on the Texas Rangers here today. Hey, at least we got one right here. Pretty good yesterday. We did have the Cubs on the run line as our premium pick. Didn't have many premium pick winners, but that was one of them. And we also had the over here on the show with Corbin and Tyone yesterday. This will be Tyler Mahle going up against Shoto Imanaga today. Imanaga $1.55 here in this one. Total 7.5. Oh, look at this. I think the total's gone down here on some widely reported steam this morning. You could call, I think, well, if you're going to call it 8, you got to call it at least 8 under 20, but it might be 7.5 over as well right now. So let's see what you got. The Cubs here, obviously, they've won the last 2 here in this one from Texas. They've outscored them 17-6 in the first 2 games of this series to kind of calm those Rangers down from their hot start. They're still 8-4. Cubs are 9-5. Pardon me. So far. So let's see what you guys want to do here between. Give me a moment. What? All right, there we go. I think I'm back. All right, Rangers and Cubs. Give me your picks here, the Rangers and the Cubs, before I can't make it through the rest of the show. Shota Imanaga so far 2-0 with just a 0.98 ERA thus far, a .71 WHIP, and a 115 batting average against. Tyler Mahle, pretty good so far, 1-0. The Rangers won both of his starts. He's got a 1.35 ERA, a 130 batting average against so far, and a 200 BABIP. The widely reported steam did come in on the under in this one. Let's see if you guys agree in this one. And let's go to the chat. Let's go to the chat right now. Here we go with a Philly Eagle Flyer likes the Cubs here. NYC VAR is on the over. And Miami, Fernando's on, I think he's talking about the soccer matches tonight and the CONCACAF Champions League there. And Tex didn't even know that. Hey, Tex, we just call them the Athletics, okay? Because they're coming to Vegas in 3 years. Here's the thing, right? Sacramento River Cats play in their stadium in Sacramento. When the Sacramento River Cats leave to go on the road, the A's play their home games. So there's games there all the time in that stadium. I believe this is what's happening. Vegas also has a minor league team here called the Aviators. They're a AAA franchise. Why aren't I've been to the stadium. It's only it's just like the Sacramento. I think it's just a 10,000 seater, if that. So why aren't they playing there? I wonder. And I'm here. I don't know why. I'm just thinking out loud. All right. Spoons here. Jermaine also with some comments here. Luis likes the Cubs. Robert likes the under. Jerry says Cubs first 5 and under. And Jermaine talking about those Sacramento Patrick says he's got a future on the Tigers to win the AL, the Dodgers in the NL, but the Padres and Cubs could do something. Could the Angels? Hey, if the season ended today, the Angels would win the division. How about that? Yeah, Spoons, maybe you're right, because that new stadium will have some protection. You're right about that. But they could play at night. It gets warm here for sure. Okay, I think that might be it for you guys in the Rangers game uh, here today. In this one, I'm gonna try the Rangers here today to kind of stop this momentum of the Cubs a little bit. I'll say, look, Cubs will win this series, but I'm gonna try Male here in this one. Could be some good pitching. It feels like with these two, but I'm gonna try the Rangers. Okay, here we go. Next up. Speaking of the Athletics, they're taking on my Padres here today with uh, Beto. Wow, and look at this. Is Beto really favored now? Yes, yes, yes. The Athletics were favored. The Padres were favored $1.30 overnight. But the news is coming down. The Padres are already injured here. Despite their hot start right now, the Padres have some issues here. They're 9-3, but all of a sudden, uh, their new superstar Jackson Merrill just signed that huge contract. He's on the injured list. Fernando Tatis, he just got injured last night. He's not playing. He's out right now with an injury. He may even have to hit the DL. Also, Jake Cronenworth, he's out right now. He hit the shelf as well here. Not the shelf yet, but I don't think he's playing today. So the Padres have some issues for today and against the A's, who are not only talk about, yeah, we hit it right. You know, we were all over this, right? Hopefully you guys have already made some money talking about the Sacramento ballpark. And I'm not saying I was the first one out there, but, you know, I was one of the, talking it almost from day one, this ballpark, and saw them score 10 runs, of course, yesterday in the game against the Padres. So, look, I'm sure it's going to happen here again today, but I think more so, I'm going to probably take the Athletics given the situation here with the Padres. I have major concerns right now about the Padres. They're just 2-3 on the road. Yeah, the Athletics finally won at home, or at their new home, temporary home here in Sacramento. I'm going to take the Athletics today in this one with Osvaldo Beto. Here at minus $1.15. The widely reported steam did come in on the Athletics. It also came in on the over here. And like I said, on this show, on other shows here over the first 2 weeks, it will only be a matter of time before the totals in Sacramento begin to look like totals in Sacramento. It says 9.5 over 15 on the screen there, but I think you can go to almost any book right now, and it's practically 10 under at this point. There might be a few 9.5s over right now, but I think we're starting to see some 10 unders out there, and that's what we're going to see, it feels like, in Oakland. Oakland's already setting they're on a record. Here's a team that had Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire, and they're already kind of setting their own team records for home runs a little bit, at least modern. You know, maybe lump those guys back in their era, maybe, but this Oakland team is already hitting massive amounts of home runs comparatively to what they've been doing in the past in that spacious Oakland there, and others. And yeah, the Soderstrom out there. Okay, here we go with some comments from you guys here in this. Maybe I'd like to get your plays here. And Damon Waring is here today, and so is AYOD. Jerry says Texas is terrible against those right-handed batters. I think is the way saying there. Let me make sure I got it right. There, Texas dead last there. Thomas is on Oakland here. And the A's too haven't submitted, but really doesn't matter with this park. You got to wonder. NYC Bar likes Padres on the run line today. And let's see, we get a few more here. A's for Robert here. A's and over for Jerry. Soderstrom, one of the leading home run hitters in the league here, right? He got 5 home runs so far. And Jerry says Tatis and Merrill. Yeah, Merrill's on the DL here. And that's what Jermaine said there. And Tariq says he wants to go under. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. Even with these injuries out there, it just feels like I said, I think it's more about the park. All right. Tex says lean to the A's. Next up is the Orioles taking on the Diamondbacks with Dean Kramer going up against Brendan Pfaadt. Here in this one, you got Arizona favored $1.25, and the total 9 flat here now for the most part in this matchup with Baltimore here on the road. The Orioles come in here with a record of 5-7 so far. Diamondbacks 6-6. Kramer 2 starts, 1-1 record, went over in both of his starts, 6.52 ERA, 1.55 WHIP so far for Pfaadt. He's 1-1 in 2 starts as well, 5.25 ERA and a 108 WHIP so far. So these pitchers have gotten knocked around a little bit. They had some good control here. Arizona snapped a 3-game losing streak with that win last night over the Orioles here. 4-3, so they've split the first 2 games of the series here. We'll see what happens here with the rubber game on Wednesday with Pfaadt favored. Looks like the Bats have had some success here against these pitchers coming into this matchup today, but let's see if I can check those out a little bit here. And let's see here. I'm going to go to the comments in this one. See what you have with Thomas will start it off. He's got Arizona. And Spoon's talking about the game there with Texas. Here's Luis. He likes the O's today. Jermaine likes the over, but NYC Bar likes the under. Did have some steam come in on the Minnesota Wild a short time ago in their matchup tonight with San Jose. Minnesota took the steam here a short time ago. Tariq says Diamondbacks team total over, full game over as well. Looks like Justin likes the game to go over. Lots of overs here. Looks like Philly Eagle Flyer. Oh, he's leaning to the over. Robert likes Arizona here. Justin's got a gunner prop in his pocket, so to speak. Justin's got a gunner in his pocket. And I'll make the call here also in this one with the Orioles and Arizona today. That widely reported steam did come in on the under here, but Jerry likes the over as well. Total right now, yeah, definitely about a 9 flat here. And all right.
System playing.
I want to check it out here. I'm going to issue my play here. And it's going to be on the Arizona Diamondbacks here in this one. Look, Arizona was able to get it done yesterday. After that, losing that first one, I'm going to take Arizona to win the rubber match on Wednesday. All right. Next up here is the Reds taking on the Giants. You got Nick Martinez and Justin Verlander here in this one. Hey, the Chicago Bulls are taking a little bit of steam in their matchup tonight with the Miami Heat. Miami was a 2-point favorite, but this one's going to be a pick'em right now, and the Bulls may be moved to a favorite here tonight in that matchup with Miami. Steam on the Bulls right now in the NBA. Also, we did see some steam here on the Washington Nationals. We're going to preview that game in just a moment, but I just want to mention it here. Washington did take a little bit of steam with Jake Urban against Landon Knack. But here we are, the Reds and the Giants in this one. The Reds come in 5-7. The Giants They're 8-3, but hey, the Reds got the best of them yesterday with you know what? Fire the hitting coach, make him the pitching coach. No, wait a minute. I'm trying to see here. The Reds are not hitting very well, but man, they're getting pretty a little bit inconsistent, but some of these, they've had some really good pitching efforts. They're allowing just 3.2 runs per game. The Giants are allowing just 3 runs per game here so far. For Martinez, he is 0-2 with a 5.91 ERA, 1.12 whip. These starters aren't that great. Even Justin Verlander right now, no record, 2 starts. Giants are 1-1 in his 2 starts so far, but a 6.34 ERA, 1.9 whip. 333 batting average against for Justin Verlander, getting rocked here a little bit in the early going with his new team, but he looks good in his Giants uniform. It looks the part there a little bit. And let's see what you have here in this one. The Reds have won the first 2 games of the series, 1-0 and 2-0. A real thriller. So far, the widely reported steam did come in on the under here in this one, but it's still, for the most part, 7.5 at most places. In fact, I see an 8 under 20 here in a book in Vegas. So maybe there's some under to be had, but we'll see. Martinez has had good numbers against the Giants, and likewise Verlander against these Reds. Let's go to the chat and see what you have here in this one between the Reds and the Giants here today. Got Cincinnati here so far with that 5-7 record, but 3-3 on the road, 2-4 to the under. Let's go to the chat. And we've got Philly Eagle Flyer says Giants bats may wake up. Thomas likes the Giants. Here's Philly Eagle Flyer on the over. Tariq likes the Reds. NYC Bar says, eventually Verlander's going to find a groove here. And he likes Verlander over Martinez. NYC Bar likes the Giants here. And Jermaine, I think you might be talking a little bit of fantasy maybe. And Robert likes the under in this one with Martinez and Verlander and these bats and the way it is in San Francisco there a little bit. That's what it feels like, right? When you talk about this park a little bit. So I kind of agree. I kind of want to go. I'm going to go with it. I'm going under here as well with the Martinez and Verlander. All right. And he says Verlander's done in his career. Luis says take the Giants today to get one. Next up, the Dodgers are taking on the Nationals with Landon Knack here on the mound. The Dodgers got whooped yesterday. They're still 9-4 coming into this one. The Nationals with Jake Urban coming in here at 5-6. So far, Knack, 1 appearance, 1-0 record, no ERA for Urban, 2 starts. The Washington Nationals lost both games. He got a 5.4 ERA, but it's been the Nationals who have a 4-game winning streak here, and the Dodgers have lost 3 straight. Nationals are the hot team coming in here. How about that? In this one. So let's see what you got, though. Figure the Dodgers will come around here eventually, won't they? We went with them yesterday. Our Team Steam consensus yesterday did go with them, and I said go with the under. So we whiffed on that one, but let's see if we can get it here today. Washington's lost 11 of the last 15 meetings between these 2 teams in Washington. Let's go to the chat here also. All right, I'm ready. Let's see what you got. With Thomas likes the Dodgers to get it back here a little bit. Jermaine says, fire the hitting coach. Or I don't want. That's not what he's saying, but Justin says Dodgers team total over. Luis likes the Dodgers here on the run line. And Kelly says, look, winner Dodgers Washington series 11 of 13. I don't know what she said. Winner covers the run line. We know that Dodgers have owned this series, but last 2 days, Washington here right now. And here's NYC Bar liking the over in this one. And Tariq likes the Dodgers team total over. Robert says, give me the under in the first 5. So a lot of options here from the chat. What you guys kind of want to do, it feels like, in this one. I got to go over, you guys, with this one here with the Dodgers and the Nats. Give me the over tonight at 9, I guess, right? 9. It's 9. It's pretty much 9 flat everywhere. The Astros are going to take on the Mariners here with Hunter Brown going up against. I'm going to start doing this until we figure this out with these two. But this is Luis F. Castillo. The F stands, well, not for failure, but this is the other Castillo here, if you will. Mentioned it earlier, I know that a lot of people want to make fun of him a little, and he probably, this might be it. I mean, he brought him by. I thought it was just gonna be one start, but Luis Castillo is all taken a looking after of his namesake here, the younger Luis Castillo. So I think that's important. I think that's something behind that, both from the Dominican and Luis Castillo. He's not a superstar. Talking about the veteran Luis Castillo, but he's pretty darn good, right? It's someone you really can count on. So I think it's good leadership here, and we'll see. Maybe there is something to this kid. So far, the numbers don't quite shake out or add up here necessarily for Luis F. Castillo here. And again, he probably just more of maybe more of an opener kind of thing as well. But for Brown here, 2 starts, a 1-1 record, a 3 ERA, 1 the whip, 214 batting average, 308. BABIP coming into this one. He is striking out the hitters for sure here. First game of the series was won by Seattle 4-3. The Astros got the win last night, 2-1, and the runs, they're not there so far. We know Houston so far is 3-6-2 to the under. Seattle's 1-6-2 to the under at home so far this season. 7 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams here in Seattle have gone under. 8 of the last 12 between the two teams have gone under between these two. So they're not hitting, but maybe with this other Castillo here. And all right, here we go with, okay, I think we got, maybe Jermaine was going over this one or that one, I'm not sure. Justin says Astros first 5 gets the lead, and here's Astros for Justin. And Jermaine says he's the Fugazi Luis Castillo. Here's Phil Eagle Flyer liking the Astros, Tariq liking the Astros, AOD liking the Astros, Robert liking the Astros, everybody liking the Astros here in this one. And after they got the win yesterday, remember they were winning that game, that first game of the series, and then end up losing it 4-3. So Jermaine's on the under here, and that's what Spoons bet. You can, you get somebody like that. It's not like they said, hey, this is Luis Castillo, watch for him. He was really just a guy that they kind of, I think they found him a little bit, and they brought, just kind of had him at the back end of camp there a little bit, out of his other fields a little bit. Luis Castillo, the veteran, knew of Luis Castillo a little bit. Okay, here's Thomas on the Astros, and this is an Astros consensus. Astros consensus for you guys. I'll take the under then. If you guys are going Astros, I'll go with the under. How can you not go with the under in these games right now with these two teams, it feels like? NYC likes the under. Astros and under for Jerry. All right, next up is the White Sox taking on the Guardians here in this one. And what a thriller it was yesterday with these two. With the Astro, we didn't get it done. We took the Guardians on the run line, and of course, it was 1-0. And still, for these two, you do have Logan Allen here going. White Sox are losing in a big way again. The White Sox are white soxing or white sucking maybe here right now. If that's, I don't know if I can say that, but they are 2-8 so far this season. Cleveland improved to 4-6 with the win yesterday in the home opener for Cleveland. So you got to kind of chalk that up after that slow 3-6 start. Finally got home and won their home opener yesterday. So it was 1-0 in that game. White Sox have lost 6 straight. They've lost 5 straight to Cleveland overall coming into this one. 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams here in Cleveland have gone over. Let's go to the chat, see what you guys might have in this one with Burke going up here against Allen. Burke, pretty okay so far. The numbers aren't great, but I thought he's looked pretty good out there, actually, for a young starter. 2 starts, 1-1 record, 5.23 ERA, 0.96 whip so far, 244 batting average against, and a 229 BABIP. No walks so far for Burke, and that's what you want. For Allen here, 0-1 with a 6.75 ERA. They lost his first start, 2.2 whip, and a 412 batting average against, and 375 BABIP. Not great numbers for Logan Allen. So the widely reported steam, though, did come in on the under here. You see it right now at 7 over 20 there, but I'm going to move it up here a little bit to back to 7.5 under. I think for sure it's mostly 7.5 out there right now. I think 185 is a fair price here for the Guardians. Let's see what you have in this one. One-sided certainly, but doesn't feel like at this point. The White Sox are on this losing streak, so I guess I can't talk them up too much. But like I said, it was 1-0 yesterday after all, right?
Final.
All right. Let's see what you got in the. I'll probably end up just trying Cleveland again. It feels like, I don't know. Here we go. I mean, no, I'll probably go. I don't know. Let me see what you guys got. If anybody says White Sox, I might be down with it. I don't know if I even like this game at all. I'd roll the dice if I had it set up. Okay, here we go. Justin has a little prop action here. Thomas is on his Guardians here. Spoons does say White Sox first 5. Gorky says take Tiafo in his match here today, going up against Poppy here in just a moment. Thank you, Gorky. And I don't know. It feels weird that Poppy's a favorite in that one, right? So good call. Maybe that is the right call here. It feels like. I mean, why would Poppy right now be? I thought, Tiafo's had a really good run here. Yeah, Poppy's had some wins of late, but really we haven't seen great things out of him from that, from his great run from, it seems like so long ago now. All right. Nuke says, I'm not laying 185 with a team that's 4-6. Tariq's on the White Sox first 5. Billy Eagle Flyers got some game tied props. Robert likes the under here. White Sox do hit Allen pretty good here, right? Interesting. And Burke actually, did he face these guys? Spoon said, I think. Or no, what was it? Did he go up against these guys a little bit? Yeah, he had one. Oh, he had one start against him and a really strong appearance against him. Okay. There it is. Okay, Spoons. Okay, good. Yeah, good. You know what? You guys might have talked me into this one. I might end up on the White Sox here. Hey, run line. Let's take him on the run line. That's what I'll do. It's a reasonable price on the run line here with the White Sox today. I know they're 2-8 here, but give me the White Sox plus one minus 135. That's okay. I want to take them. I want to take them. I'm gonna take a run line for the full game. That's what I do here. Jerry says White Sox first 5. Price has dropped a lot. All right. Kekmanovic here for Gorky there. Gorky says you got Poppy better than Kekmanovic, but you still have Tiafo. Thank you, Gorky. I really appreciate the tennis handicap there today. You know, I'm a big tennis fan here for sure. And great to be in Monte Carlo. All right, next up, let's go to. We're cruising along here in the major leagues today with the Blue Jays taking on the Red Sox. We saw yesterday, right? How about that? Yesterday with Toronto and Boston, we did see some good pitching from the Blue Jays there. As yesterday, the Blue Jays were able to pull it off there on the road, win for the second straight game over Boston, 6-1. They've outscored them in this series so far, 12-3. Hey, the Edmonton Oilers are taking a little steam right now in their matchup with St. Louis tonight. We know St. Louis has been hot. They finally lost. They had that winning streak snap. Edmonton has, all these injuries kind of backing them up right now, but the steam is on Edmonton here today, just moments ago. All right. Continue on, though, right now with this matchup with the Blue Jays and Gausman. Gausman comes in with an ERA close to 4 and a .7 whip so far this season. 135 batting average against an 0.94 BABIP so far for Tanner Houck. 2 starts, an 0-1 record right now, 6.52 the ERA, 1.75 whip, and a 324 batting average against. So Houck not looking too great so far, but I think both these pitchers have some solid numbers against these guys, some of the guys in the respective lineups here today. Blue Jays come in 7-5. Red Sox are 6-6. These teams are combined 7-16 to the under so far. Toronto averaging just under 4 runs per game. Boston is averaging 5.5 runs per game so far this season. But the pitching's been good for Toronto. 3.7 runs per game allowed here, and Toronto has gone under in all 5 of their road games so far this season. Boston is a favorite. It's 2-5-1 to the under so far. So widely reported steam did come in on the under here. Let's see what you got in this one between Toronto and Boston here from Fenway. Toronto here been going. Toronto's gone under in 8 of their last 9, and 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone under, including 4 of the last 5 meetings here in Boston. Boston has won 5 of their last 7 games overall after a slow start. We're going to the chat here, see what you got with. Gorky says maybe it is Gausman today. He says taking the Jays, though. And Thomas is on Boston. Philly Eagle Flyers on the over. Tariq is on the over. Robert's on Toronto here. And Nuke Worker says, Gausman will give up that long ball, and I don't know if that's going to work out for him when he goes to Fenway. Yeah, Nuke, I get it, but I think also Gausman has excellent numbers and has faced a lot of these Boston batters here today. I'm showing the anticipated lineup he could be facing today has just a 237 batting average against him and a 392 slugging. A couple guys have hit home runs here off of Gausman, but I'm going to go with the under actually in this one with Toronto and Boston. All right, and let's see what we've got here next up. We've got the Angels taking on the Rays here. As the Rays are, they're in, we know they're playing in a minor league ballpark. This is going to be the longest homestand in team history, they said. I think 13 games here after Tampa lost 4-3 to the first place Angels yesterday. Tampa's on a losing streak right now, so we'll see. Maybe it is catching up to them a little bit. Could the Angels be? Look, I already blew it. I took the Athletics to win the division just because I thought, I don't know if I even like the AL West, right? With who are you going to take? Texas, they're off to a good start. Are they really going to be great all year? Seattle, they look pretty. The A's, the Angels, the Astros. I don't know. I don't know if any of these teams are really great. We've seen the Astros bats maybe aren't there. Could the Angels win the division? I know that it sounds preposterous, but it does feel like the division's a little bit in a flux so far. All right, let's talk about it realistically here. With Kikuchi, some people like him, some people not so much. But for Kikuchi here, he does come in right now with a 4.5 ERA, 2 starts. Angels lost them both. He's 0-1. Pepio for Tampa Bay, for Ryan Pepio here, 0-1 with a 2.45 ERA. Both of his starts did go under. He's got a 256 batting average against, 312 the BABIP so far. But man, Angels here 5-2 on the road so far. Tampa is 4-3. Like I said, second game of a 13-game homestand. Rays are averaging just 3.7 runs per game, but allowing 3.2 runs per game. Angels, not great pitching, but the hitting's been there, averaging 5 runs a game and allowing 5 runs a game so far. For the Angels here, they have won, like I said, 5-2 on the road. 5 of their last 6 they've won on the road here. But the Rays have won 13 of the last 19 meetings between these two teams overall. 10 of the last 15 meetings between these two teams have gone over. So far, Tampa at home 1-6 to the under, but the Angels as an underdog 5-1 to the over. Yesterday's game did stay under yesterday 4-3. So let's see what you've got here. The widely reported steam did come in on the over here, and that's why I think you're seeing right now the 8s under 20 here for sure. It's mostly 8s everywhere here. So we're getting some players sitting out today right now. We're going to get those here over the next couple of minutes. Let's see here. I think we have something here. Cody Bellinger upgraded to probable for the Yankees today. He was sidelined, I believe, with some food poisoning. All right. Let's get your pick, though, here in this one with LA and Tampa Bay at Steinbrenner Field. All right, I'll make my call as well, but I'm looking for your picks here in this one. Here we go. And let's see. Bo Jackson's on the Red Sox there on that other one. Thank you. Thank you, Bo. And we've got okay, yeah. Here's Thomas on the Angels in this one. And Robert is on the Angels as well. And Tariq is on the Angels. How about this? Wow, a lot of Angels here. Hello to Nanya today. Great to have Nanya in the chat. Taking time off from his busy day. And let's see here. Anything else from you guys? Nuke says Kikuchi can be up and down here. And Spoons. Okay, I'm taking the Angels here. I'm going with the members of the chat here. I'm taking them. I'm with you guys. Give me the Angels here in this one. Good morning to James Parham. Texas on the side. Oh, and Thomas agrees. Angels consensus. I'm on it. You're on it. We're on it. Angels today. Okay. Phillies and Braves now here in this one with Taijuan Walker going up against Clay Holmes here for the Braves. Just 2-8 right now, but they were able to get a win finally in that game over Philadelphia. They actually have won 2 of their last 3 right now after that rugged start for Philadelphia. Here, they're still 7-3 so far. 2-1 as an underdog so far are the Phillies here for Taijuan Walker coming into this one. He's got, I think he's got an ERA of 0 so far, right? 1-0, 0.67 the whip. 150 batting average against for Atlanta here in Holmes. 2 appearances, 1 start, 0-1 record, 7.2 the ERA so far for Clay Holmes. Atlanta has some decent numbers against Walker here for this anticipated lineup coming in. But let's see what you have here. Phillies and Braves right now. Braves, not so much. Phillies are still 5-1, 5 of their last 7 overall. They've looked pretty good on the road here as well with a couple of wins. They're just 2-2, but 7 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams have gone under, including 5 of the last 6 games here in Atlanta between these two teams. Let's go to the chat, see what you have here in this one with Phillies and Atlanta tonight, 7:15 Eastern, 4:15 Pacific. Here we go. And Justin had the Braves in this one. Thomas is on, or Braves team total over, I should say, for Justin. Let me get it right. And Thomas is on the Braves. And AOD is singing Eddie Money here. And Philly Eagle Flyer likes the over. Nuke says the Braves are struggling to make contact. Trevor likes the Braves money line. Robert likes the under here. Spoon says the Braves are getting their players back, and that looks like it could be a key. Tariq here is on the Phillies team total over. The widely reported steam did come in on the under in this game. Right now, I'm showing the total here, though, is still 8.5 over for the most part right now. So I'll make my call here in this one. And I'm going to take the Atlanta Braves, actually, as a favorite here with tonight's game. Give me the Braves and Clay Holmes to win this one. I like the Braves tonight. Next up is the Twins taking on the Royals here with Joe Ryan going up against Seth Lugo. For Lugo, comes in with a 3.27 ERA. The Royals are 6-5 overall. Minnesota's lost 3 straight. The Royals have won 3 straight after what we saw in the first 2 games of this series. Royals won 4-2 and 2-1. Royals have owned this series actually here of late. They've actually won 6 straight between the two teams. 6 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over. 5 straight meetings between the two teams here in Kansas City have gone under. Let me say it again. 6 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under, and 5 straight meetings between the two teams here in Kansas City have gone under. Let me make it clear. It's basically the last 5 games here in Kansas City have gone under. All of them. So Kansas City here comes in right now with a record of 6-5, 5-3 at home. Minnesota's 0-2 as an underdog so far this season. Current line is Kansas City. Slightest, I'm seeing Minnesota now the favorite at 1 offshore book right now. It's probably a pick 'em for the, if you really had to, feels like look into it or analyze all the lines right now. Yeah, maybe there's a few spots where it's one way or the other, but maybe it is mostly a pick 'em here tonight with Kansas City and Minnesota. Let's see what you guys have on the chat here in this one with Kansas City and Minnesota here tonight. After the Royals have dominated them for sure, everybody thinks that the Twins are broken. I don't know if I can disagree. Okay. Thomas is on Kansas City. Justin's ready. He says, got to try these Twins here, though. Tariq is on the Twins as well. Tremaine says, I'm going to go alternate line under. Robert's on the Twins. A lot of support for the Twins. Ryan's had good numbers against some of these anticipated Kansas City Bats here, but I'm going the other. I'm taking Kansas City here in this one. I've got them on a sweep. Maybe something's wrong here. I don't think Lugo's uh, awful here, despite the numbers right now. It actually has better numbers: 3.27 ERA, 1-0 record in 2 starts. They won them both. Ryan and Minnesota, they lost both of his starts. A 4.5 ERA. One is the WHIP, 263 batting average against them, 320 BABIP. Good control for Joe Ryan. No walks so far this season. Jerry likes Kansas City. And Nuke says, how can these Twins? They can't even, they're not winning anything. All right, that's going to do it for that one. One more in Major League Baseball. It is the Milwaukee Brewers taking on the Colorado Rockies here. And Milwaukee's in a pretty good run right now all of a sudden. 6-5 here right now. They've won 4 out of their last 5. Colorado has been losing for sure. They're 1-7 as an underdog already. Milwaukee 6-2 as a favorite so far. For Alexander here, the left-hander, 3 appearances, 1 star, an ERA of 2.77. The WHIP 0.74. Batting average against Senzatella, 2 starts, 0-1 record. 432 batting average against so far. 463 BABIP so far, and a 2.1 WHIP for Senzatella. And the Rockies struggling here for sure. Brewers already up to $1.42 at some spots here already. Seems like a decent price, actually. I think the Brewers are pretty hot right now. I'm going to take them here and give me the Brewers on the road over Colorado. Yeah, a little bit of a favorite. I think they're in a pretty good groove here right now. They were $1.70 last night. We took them on the run line. We zeroed in on that one and won both side and total. I'm going with the Brewers here tonight. All right, let's see what you guys have here in this one. Let's see. Spoons took the Royals in that game, talking about they can connect with him there. And let's see here. Lugo, sure. I mean, I'm a Lugo fan, because he went over the Padres. I thought he did a nice job there for the Padres for the time he was over there. And Irish King not happy with the Twins right now. Jermaine likes the over in the nightcap. He also said he had an over there with the game between BGK and Colorado last night. Wait a minute. Oh, OT was easy. Oh, OT, yeah. Thomas is on Milwaukee. Tariq likes Atlanta Braves here. Or maybe he likes the Milwaukee Braves. Or he likes the Braves. All right. That's going to do it for baseball. Thank you, everybody, for some great comments. Baseball season, we're having some fun there. And now we'll get back to the NBA here. We're going to skip Philly and Washington, but let's get to some of these games of the Celtics. Yeah, that spread is right there with the Magic favored by 5. In fact, they're favored by 6 now, and the total is down to 206. Well, we know what's going to happen in this game. The Magic's going to win like 100-90 tonight. I guarantee it. I guarantee. It feels like anyway. When you see these type of moves, man, down to 206 here, who's sitting out, everybody. Probably. So far, we don't have any official word on, who's going to sit for Boston here, but now you look at the writings on the wall. Boston's stuck there. They're not going anywhere. They're in second place. Everybody knows they're not going to catch Cleveland now with just 3 games to go, trailing by 4. They weren't going to anyways. So we'll see who sits tonight, but it does feel like everybody's sitting here. If you have a line right now of Magic by 6 and the total 206 at this point, already 10 points lower from the opening line. So, this is Orlando's game to win. It's important for Orlando too. We've talked about it, right? They're trying to get that 7 spot. They, pretty much can assure it with a win. They're probably going to get it anyways after they beat Atlanta last night. Hey, we were on another channel there touting Orlando there last night. But man, it went over there yesterday, but probably go under here today. It feels like. So, since this one's all funky and everything, and I don't know, probably not trusting even Orlando to lay 6, but usually when you see these, the writing's on the wall, gang. Give me a double play here. It's going to be Orlando. It's going to be the under. Give me both side and total tonight. I don't think I can go premium here when you get these, kind of a funky spread, but the writing's on the wall here for sure. All right, here we've got, let's see here. Thank you, Spoons. Have a great day. And Orlando will start off for Thomas. And Justin said, I got that 3.5. Give me that C, living in the CLV. Nuke says, he says, Nate says the Celtics will smash. Here's Jerry, Rockies and under. Robert likes the Magic here. And Tariq says lean to Orlando there, and talk about that overtime game there yesterday in that one, right? All right, I think that's going to do it for that game. I'm taking Orlando and the under.
Final.
This one, you just read the tea leaves a little bit, it feels like. If we lose, could happen, but usually, and it was, I don't want to dumb it down for a dummy like me, but all right. Lakers and the Raptors here in this one after, hey, we saw the Lakers did end up losing that game to OKC. They were in it. They were hanging in there all the way. Turns out to look like a blowout on the final score, but didn't feel like a blowout. Remember, they were trading score. It was the highest scoring game, I think they said, in Oklahoma City history as far as the first half was concerned. What was it? 80-76. I think they said that was the highest score ever for the Thunder franchise. I don't know if it goes back to Seattle or not, but did see that stat there anyway. So let's see, though, what will happen tonight with the Lakers. They're still on the road here after all, and now they're playing a Dallas team that, well, I think for Dallas, look, they're in the postseason for the most part. They need one more win to make sure they do away with Phoenix. They're going to get there. They're not going to lose them all, although they're an underdog here in this one. But I don't know what Lakers. Hey, these guys got to take a day off here sooner or later. It feels like these Lakers. Maybe they want to try to make sure they clinch that 3 seed. I heard Mike saying he doesn't think, and he was talking about hockey. So, but not caring about where they finish. I agree with that, but I think down to the final 2, 3, 4 games in sports in general, I know Mike can speak on the hockey, but I think when you get to that point, you now see that what you can do. When there's 7 or 8, you don't really know. You're just trying to win. You don't know where you're going to, and I don't think anybody loses necessarily to play a lesser team. I guess they could, but here for sure, the Lakers are going to be probably in 3rd place. They do have those 3 teams, Clippers, Nuggets, and Warriors, all behind them. Mikey mentioned it yesterday with those 4 teams all tied right now in the standings, right? Currently, is it currently? Let me see what the current standings is. Actually, let me call it up here. Because we did see, so it's still Clippers, Nuggets, Warriors, and Grizzlies held serve, right? So they all still have that same record. They're 1 game behind the Lakers. So it will be tough for the Wolves to move up now, probably, but they have a chance too. So, okay, Dallas, though, they could clinch with a win. They're an underdog. And right now, in fact, the line here is actually the Lakers are favored by 3.5. And the total is 229 here in this one. And let's see what you got. And let's, like we said, what is the motivation here? I guess there is some for both teams. But let's see how you'll play it. All right, I'm going to the chat here right now with you guys. In this one today. Whoa, we got Orlando Magic with consensus. Okay. Well, that's good because sign me up for the total under, but I gotcha here, chat. Consensus play on Orlando. Everyone thinks they'll blow out Boston. All right. And in the matchup here with the Lakers and Dallas, feels like the Lakers are pretty much done playing defense for the rest of the year, is kind of what it feels like to me. And this one, like I said, I feel like the motivation for sure is more on Dallas's side of the ledger here at this point. So I'm going to go here, though. The widely reported steam did come in on the under, but I'm going to go with the over here with the Lakers and Dallas. Let me look at these other. I'm sorry, I missed this here. We've got Toronto here. And I'm sorry. Yeah, I got you, Justin. Obviously, I'm talking the right game, but I just have the graphic wrong. Sorry about that, my friend. We've been saying Mavericks the whole time. Just had the wrong team typed in. Mostly because I left off that Hornets. We skipped the Hornets Raptors game too, right? We're done with the Raptors here right now. We know all the teams in the East. So let me go back to it though here. And let's see here. Hopefully you guys were listening too and not just staring at the graphic here a little bit. You guys are really on my case there a little bit. Let's see what else here. Gorky. Oh, Gorky's got a game in the Champions League today. Thank you, Gorky. And Mavs firing their coach as well. And Robert likes the over here. Nasty Nate says, how about those Celtics? How about KP? Hey, I'll tell you what. I'll bet you straight up on today's game. I'll take Orlando, Nate. All right. Let's see here. All right, I guess that's it for you. I'm going to take the over in the Laker game here tonight. Okay, next up. We're going to go with the Heat and the Bulls here for sure. We'll talk about this one with the we already said, right? Look, I have the Heat up there favored, but the Bulls are favored. No, it's still one. The Heat still favored in this one by one. The total 227 here in this one. So we'll see what you want to do. Both teams in the playoffs. In fact, this is feeling more and more like it will be the matchup in the playoffs. The Heat at the Bulls. Now, this one could be the winner of the game, could be the home team of the winner of this game. Now, there are 3 games left, so there could be, anything could happen those last couple games, but whoever wins this game will be a leg up. And they could catch Atlanta too, but still, these teams have exactly the same record, and they're in the 9-10 spot. If you need to be reminded on how the play-in tournament works, remember, it'll be, the 7 plays the 8, the 9 plays the 10. The 7 advances to the play-in final, and then the loser of the 7-8 plays the winner of the 9-10 with the right to go play the winner of the 7-8. Now, here's the thing. The 7 seed, every time they've had this format here now for, what has it been, 4 years, 3 years? The 7 seed has made it every time. The 7 seed has made it every time to the postseason. And I think it's the 7 seed has made it every time, but the 10 seed has never made it. I think that's what it is. I'll come back with the stats when we get to that point. Okay, so Heat and Bulls, though, here. What do you like of this one? The move came in. The steam came in on the Bulls. We already mentioned that here. So that could be a little bit of a factor. Like I said, these two teams have the same record coming in. Miami's off of a win here last out over Philly. Chicago, meanwhile, got blown out by Cleveland. The Bulls have won both meetings so far this season. Bulls won at Miami, 114-109. They also won at home, 133-124 as a 4-point dog. So Let's see what you got here in this one. As Rublev just crushed Monfils. We did send that one out for a winner on the free selections here as Rublev won. Oh, no, he won by 3. Oh, I think we already said that. Okay.
Final.
Let's talk baseball here. Let's talk baseball here, and basketball, whatever we're talking about here. Heat and Bulls, let me get your plays. I'll make a play as well. Here we go. We got Jim here so he can help us out. All right, here we go. And let's see here. Basketball, baseball, who knows? Tariq says, give me the Lakers team total over. And what did I put on the banner there? Did I put the wrong team again? Here we go with hey, Nate, as much as you want, much as you can afford. All right, here we go. Let's see. Justin Bulls on the over here. Jim Casey says, give me the Bulls. And he says, Giddy for a triple-double. I'm going to go with Jim Casey. I'm going with the Bulls here today in this one. Give me the Bulls. At a +1, they might be pick 'em by the time this one goes off, it feels like, huh? Tariq on the Bulls team total over, and Robert's on the Bulls here in this one. All right. Yeah, AOD doesn't feel quite right. Like, but did he say something to the fan that was maybe something he shouldn't have said? I didn't get the whole story of it, actually. I kind of saw it unfolding on the screen and didn't get the full gist of it. But okay, let's keep going here right now. We got skip another game here with Portland and Utah. Nobody cares. Let's go to the Nuggets and the Kings here tonight. You have the Nuggets favored by 3.5, total 234.5 here in this one. The Kings have won 3 in a row. The Nuggets have lost 4 in a row. They fired their coach. What's wrong here? What's wrong with the Nuggets? Do they seeing something here with this team right now? They've looked terrible, actually, in the last 4 games, right? For sure, with these losses to Indiana, Golden State, San Antonio, Minnesota. Sacramento, they're 13-22 at home against the spread so far. They're, they're toast here this season probably, but they're going to play Dallas in the play-in tournament. They'll probably get the home game here, but they probably need to win another game or 2 to secure that. It's going to be Dallas and Sacramento in that West Conference 9-10 game. That's for sure. So let's see what you have, though, here tonight when Denver plays Sacramento. And I'll go to the chat and make a pick here. We're almost done with the show today. And let's see what we got in the chat. We've got Thomas Lewis here today. He's on Denver. We got Justin on the over here. And Jim Casey. He said it. He said it right there. And Flea Mathis is here today as well. All right. I'll make the call here for me with the Nuggets and the Kings. The widely reported steam did come in on the under here. In fact, right now, I'm showing this is, it's still 234.5 for the most part. All right. I want to take Denver here with a new coach. I'm going to take Denver here. They promoted the assistant here. I'm going to take Denver in this one and lay these points. All right. Next up, the Spurs are taking on the Warriors here. The Warriors here, man, 16.5, total 231.5. We had the Warriors yesterday over the Phoenix Suns. You know we did here on the Morning Steam show as they rocked it yesterday, stomping on the dreadful Suns here, and the Suns upset. For the most part, it feels like they're still breathing, but we'll talk about them in a second. San Antonio's lost 3 straight here. Golden State's been pretty hot. Not just recently, but now if you look back long term, ever since they made the move, they've been super hot here. It's funny because the Warriors have actually get the numbers straight here against the Spurs. Here it is. Spurs have actually covered 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two, but we know what the Spurs are kind of up to right now. Now, Golden State, obviously here on a back-to-back, and this one's got to be considered here, but Spurs also played back-to-back, and they played on the road last night. They actually got the money against the Clippers by a half a point. Here's I went with the Clippers, remember, on the show yesterday morning, but man, the Warriors have covered 5 of their last 6 games overall. Here does feel like it's gone up just a little bit too much, but they're going to win it probably by 15 points, very close to 15 points. It feels like. So let's see what you got though. Maybe the total in a game like this is probably the better way to go, but I'll see what you guys have to say here in this one. I know what I wanted. I'm probably just going to take the widely reported steam came in on the over, and it still has gone down here from 235 to 231.5. Usually you got to respect that. I'm going with the over here with San Antonio and Golden State. Here is
Team play.
Thomas on San Antonio, and Tariq is on San Antonio. Hey, the Miami Marlins just took some steam in their matchup today with the Mets. The Marlins were plus $1.95. They're going down here, maybe $1.80, maybe $1.80 plus $1.80. Pardon me, gang. Here we go. A couple more here tonight. How about the Thunder and those Suns here? Look, Thunder went ahead and blew them out there in the end. This is probably the biggest discrepancy of the season with a team that has covered the spread at such a high rate this season. If you think about it, Oklahoma City is 51-26 against the spread this season. That is incredible. You could retire there if you played your cards right. Phoenix, meanwhile, is 24-49 against the spread. You have one team is 25 games above 500 against the spread, and the other one is 20 games below 500 against the spread. And OKC, they cover everything pretty much. They did lose those 2 games in a row to the Lakers and the Rockets, but then bounced back. Now, it's pretty much done here. Even the Thunder now have pretty much, it feels like, clinched it again. They could lose these games. Talking about clinching the number 1 overall seed right now. Oklahoma City Thunder. Spread here is down to 9.5. So maybe the Thunder here, could they be taking a little bit of a rest today with some of these players? We'll see. We know what do we got here? Forward, Jalen Williams questionable, Ousmane Dang questionable. So spread's gone down here a little bit for OKC. Maybe Phoenix, this is the one they show up and get it. Maybe the Thunder will finally rest some guys here, get ready for the postseason. They still need one more win, technically, I believe. Here, Thomas is on Phoenix. Fernando's on the Thunder here in this one. The widely reported steam did come in on the under here. It's down to 226.5 now all of a sudden. So I think we know what we're going to see here tonight with these two. It's just a matter of can you stand to take the side here one way or the other. The Sharps are clearly on Phoenix here. I don't want any part of these guys right now, but maybe tonight's the night for Phoenix here. I don't want them. Let me see what you guys in the chat. Nobody wants to play this game. All right. Yeah, it's going to do it for you guys in the chat. Nothing here. Just Thomas and Fernando, one way or the other. All right. Phoenix is on a massive streak of non-covers here for sure. Not even like they're even sniffing it. It feels like the Suns have failed to cover the spread in 8 straight games right now. They've lost 7 in a row here. Oklahoma City still 12-2 against the spread their last 14 games. They've covered the spread 5 straight against Phoenix here, and the line's down to 9.5. So I'm a sucker. I'm still going to take OKC. The Sharps are clearly on Phoenix here. They rarely lose in this type of situation. I'm gonna buck it here and take the Thunder. All right, last one here: Rockets and Clippers. With the Clippers favored in this one by 8.5 now, and the total 219.5 here. Clippers on a roll, and back there, the spread's moving in their favor against this Rockets team. Now, we know that if any team has some motivations here late, the Clippers would be one of them. They're trying to stay as high as they can. They're one game behind the Lakers for third, but they're tied with those other teams for fourth. So they do have a little bit of motivation. Now, the Rockets, they're in second, and they're going to finish second no matter what here in the Western Conference. So they truly feels like nothing to play for here. So we'll see how that affects them. We're already seeing the line kind of move. Fred is doubtful, so that probably puts half the people on the Clippers anyways coming in. Also, Sengun was injured last game. I think he left the game actually in the last game. So I got to take the Clippers here to roll over Houston tonight. Clippers, it is an important game for them for sure. Houston, really nothing at all. Robert likes the under here. That's going to do it for basketball. Let's go to hockey. We've got 5 games, and we'll wrap up the show here on the morning steam today. Really appreciate it. And just 5 games. I think I've got them all previewed here. Let me take a look. I think they all have at least a little bit, right? Oops, I've lost my commenting here. Okay, here we go. Let's get it going to the hockey. Maple Leafs. Yeah, Maple Leafs taking on Tampa. Whoa. Yeah, talk about a good game here for sure, right? With the Maple Leafs taking on Tampa. Important game here in the Atlantic for sure, with the Leafs currently in first place. Tampa's in second place. Just 2 games separating them here. Still feels like right now, you look at the line, it kind of saying here that Tampa should be able to get this one at home and, basically move in right there with Tampa Bay right now, with Toronto right now. So this is a pretty big game, actually, between these 2 teams coming in. And let's see if you think, look, the price, you'd probably think, wow, these 2 teams are so close, but how many times have we been seeing these teams right now in some of these games where the line goes up and that team still gets it done here? And now you got Tampa $1.70 right now, 75, 80, and the total here has climbed to 6 over right now. So let's see if you can stomach it here. It feels like the Lightning should win. They might even cover the puck line. It feels like if you kind of play the line moves a little bit, I kind of want to here. So I'll man, the puck line is let's see here. This line, I don't think this line's moving back. $1.80, $1.35 on the puck line here. So I'm going to take Tampa Bay on the puck line today. This is one where I just kind of trust the move a little bit. You got to give Toronto a lot of credit and a lot of, the price doesn't seem like it's a good price at all, the Lightning. Robert's going on the over here. Probably going against my man there a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. And Nuke says, why is Tampa $1.85? Right, Nuke? So a lot of times when I see this, I kind of want to be the guy that says, hey, you've gone too far. But I don't know. At the end of the season, it just seems like the moves are more correct. The Flyers are going to take on the Rangers here on Wednesday night. They've got the Rangers on the outside looking in. They need to get it going here right now for sure, as would a lot of these teams currently in the East. But it does feel like Montreal has this wild card wrapped up for the most part. There's still 5 games left for some teams, 4 games left for others. So they're still breathing here, the Rangers, and they're actually in 3rd place in the wild card. But again, with 5 games left and Montreal with 4 games left, really the Rangers would need to win them all, it feels like, and the Habs would have to lose them all. Same for the other teams behind the Rangers right now. Rangers a $2 favorite here, 5.5 over 20 in this one. Let's see what you got here with these two. For Philadelphia here, they're just 2-8 in their last 10 games against the Rangers overall. They've lost 6 straight on the road. The Rangers haven't been good either, having lost 7 of their last 10 and 6 of their last 8 games at home. 12 of the last 16 games between these two teams have gone under, but both these teams have been giving up some goals here of late. Rangers have lost 2 straight. Philly had a winning streak before losing to Montreal last time out. Let's go to the chat right now and see if you can give me a play here in this one between the Flyers and the Rangers here tonight. I'm going Rangers on the puck line here myself. Give me the Rangers to win by 2 over Philly. And Philly go Flyer here. Lightning Flyers parlay there, I think. Next up, the Sharks are going to take on the Wild here right now. And you got the Wild. I mentioned the widely reported steam that came in on the Wild here. They're mostly 280 to 300, it feels like, here in this one. We did get the word just moments ago that Vasilevsky will be the starter for Tampa Bay tonight. For Minnesota here, though, up to $3 here right now in this one against San Jose tonight. I don't know for me if I can necessarily get on the side here at this point. I kind of want to look to the Sharks, but because you look at Minnesota here currently right now, it feels like they're probably going to hang on. It is an important game; they got to win for sure. But right now, they're 4 points ahead of Calgary here. They have 4 games left. Calgary has 5 games left. So, well, all right. I'll go ahead and lay it with Minnesota. Give me another run line play. They need it. Puck line play. They need it. I think I like the total as a premium. So, all right, Wild team total over. I know I said the Sharks, but let's be realistic here. The Wild will probably smash them. All right, another important game here for Calgary. They're on the outside looking in. They need to win. We just talked about the Minnesota Wild here, 4 points ahead of Calgary, so they need this one bad. But you know what? The Kraken, the Ducks have had a little bit of life here down the stretch. They're done. They just fell out of the playoffs, but they did win their last game against Edmonton 3-2. Remember, we had the Ducks over Edmonton in that game. For Calgary here, $1.45. I don't think that's to be trusted on the road there, actually, even though Calgary needs it. Anaheim has done a nice job this season. I don't think they're necessarily giving up here at this point. Calgary's got a massive run of unders here of late. Calgary's gone under in 4 of their last 5 on the road. They've gone under in 6 straight. Calgary has won 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams. In fact, they've won 9 straight games here in Anaheim. So that's pretty significant. It's just that you're laying, a big tax here, it feels like right now. The heavy move here is on the over. In fact, this one feels like it's getting steamed right now. I would imagine we're going to get the Steam Play notification on this game, because it's up to 6.5 here at some spots and 6 over 20 at others. And like I said, there's no doubt that the Flames are on a massive under streak here right now. And the Ducks, if you overall, they're an under team for sure, 28-40 to the under as a dog. So maybe it's going to get loose. Just give me Calgary here, and I'll go ahead and take them. I want to take Anaheim, but that series history is pretty significant. 9 straight wins for Calgary at Anaheim, and they need it.
Final.
All right. Okay, next up here. Got one more. Oh, thank you in the chat to Philly Eagle Flyer. Ducks team total under there. Blues will take on the Edmonton Oilers tonight. Edmonton's took the steam here right now. Edmonton's up to $1.40, maybe even $1.45 at some spots. And,
Steam Play.
Kind of hard if you think about it, that the Oilers, yeah, sure, they're better than the Blues, I guess, here over. I don't know, are they right now? It's been the Blues that have been so hot. They finally had their 12-game losing streak snapped last game, and we know Edmonton is just limping to the finish line here, it feels like right now. So now Draisaitl is questionable, and the fact that the steam came in on Edmonton, to me, does feel like that Draisaitl will play in this game tonight. Let's see what you guys have here in this one. St. Louis on a tear. I still think that the Oilers are kind of limping to the finish here. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm taking the Blues. I'm going to take the Blues tonight on the road at Edmonton. The morning steam is over here. And let's see here. Nathan says 9 straight. Okay, that's it. Thank you for joining me here on the Morning Steam Show. We'll be back with you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, with more Morning Steam. Don't forget, check out our videos today, including Masters coverage from the Sports Betting Brothers here today. And I'll have my Masters picks. Make sure you subscribe over at winnable.com to get my picks here today in other sports, in baseball, basketball, hockey. Join me at winnable.com/Ramon. Get my top plays for today and use the promo code STEAM to save 20% on those premium pick packages. So really appreciate that. And my master is going to be behind the paywall here. So get free picks from the guys, though, today. And saw the news overnight. I just looking at my tweet deck here. I didn't mention it earlier, but if you remember Octavio Dotel, the former relief pitcher, I think he was with the Tigers, maybe he's with the Rockies too, I think, passed away in that awful tragedy, that the collapse of a balcony at a party for a bunch of well-to-do people. Quite a tragedy there with that balcony collapse, and it took the life of Octavio Dotel, the former relief pitcher. But there was a big balcony collapse. It's a tragedy there. All right, so check me out over at winnable.com. Okay. And let's see here. We're getting ready to do the drawing here. I think we got the picks up here. Let's see here. There they are. Thank you, Thomas. I was looking at it. Nate, I just want to be fair. You know that the Celtics are a 6-point underdog tonight, so I wouldn't do that to you. There, and I was half kidding because the Celtics are expected to mail this one in tonight. So I wouldn't do that to you. All right, let's see here. Let me bring the drawing up there. Here we go. Here we go. Struggling here all of a sudden. All right, we didn't have as many commentators today, it looks like, but we're going to do the drawing here right now and see who wins. Tariq, Jerry, Nuke, Irish, Justin, Tariq, Flea, Fernando, and Nate Cerna. Nate Cerna wins the drawing today. Thank you, Nate. Really appreciate you being here every day, commenting with us. So it's going to do it for the morning steam. Join Mikey Money today at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific for pre-gaming. Mike will get you ready for the primetime action in our major sports today. And also, don't forget, like I said, check out the video for the Masters. Also, check out me and VB with VB MMA picks as we previewed UFC 314, Volkanovski and Lopez for the vacant featherweight title. Hey, Volkanovski, been there, done that. Lopez has had a 5-fight win streak. He's been active. He's been looking to get this chance. And we had the previews with Clint McLean of the Die Hard MMA podcast. We previewed that fight and 2 others. VB MMA Picks is brought to you by SXBet, the world's largest blockchain betting exchange. Check it out on Saturday night. Hey, make sure you join us on Saturday night because you know what? There's no UFC next week. I think the guys will be doing maybe some PFL next week. And I don't know. I thought Mikey said they might even do it this week, but I think that'd be a big workload for the guys. If you think about it, Friday night PFL, Saturday UFC, but next week with no UFC, maybe that would be a good one. I think they told me that it's Friday for the next 2 weeks, so maybe we'll do it next week there. I know you guys want us on there. Hey, they do the coverage. It's not for me to say. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Really appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow with the morning steam. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. Have a great day.
Gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the mother.